This video was impromptu, but there's a lot going on right now and not a lot of time for me to like sit down, like actually make videos, like, because I'm very busy.
I literally wanted to have nothing to do, and now I have so much. But it's fine.
I thought that I would make a video right now as I get ready for work. I know. And I'll explain that. Because as you might be thinking, Lexi,
Why are you suspiciously wearing a plain white t-shirt? Oh, it looks a little wrinkly down there. Don't look at that. And jeans?
I hate jeans. I got a job. I know. And this is my uniform, and I am going to work in a few-ish hours. I am going to start getting ready, and I currently have to go get my lunch from the oven because it is ready. I thought that while I get ready, which doesn't really take me that long, especially today because my shift is from 4 to 8, and I don't really want to come home so late and have to remove a bunch of makeup and take a shower when I could just take a shower. I'm gonna go get my lunch from the oven and I'll explain to you everything that is going on because school is over and now everything else is popping off. Where do I begin? I got a job. It was kind of a whim thing, to be honest. My plan for this summer, I had different plans than anything that is happening right now. One of my first plans was that I wanted to focus on my mental health. And that is something that I was going to get, with my counselor and start doing together. And she set up like a little goal for me of like just getting myself outside. As I mentioned in my last drawing video where I drew myself, I haven't really been in a great place mentally the last month. It all really kind of started at the end of April and I just sort of spiraled, and I don't want to like get too deep into it
Because I don't even have that much time to unpack that.
I became really depressed, and I still am. And the worst part is that my depression and my anxiety were feeding into each other. So it was just like this constant cycle of, it's a constant cycle of like self-loathing and sadness and a bunch of bad, really negative thoughts. The last month has just been really hard. And like I've been having like an identity sort of crisis issue, and I just don't feel like myself. I don't recognize myself emotionally, and sort of like my personality. I don't know. I feel very distant from who I used to be a year ago. And it's just been really challenging, and it's something that I am working on and trying to work on with my therapist, and we're kind of like taking baby steps. And then my mom keeps mentioning to me about a job, and like not like telling me like
you need to get a job,
but kind of just like mentioning it. And to me it just came across very clear that she wanted me to get a job. And if my mental health was clear as a nice sunny day and we didn't have a pandemic and everything was fine and dandy, I would have gotten a job last summer, and I would have immediately gotten a job this summer. But I kind of felt a little bit of pressure to get a job, a little bit from my mom, and a bit from the fact that I will be living in an apartment next year with my friends. And like I'm blessed that my parents are happy to help me out financially, with like basic necessities like groceries and rent. I still need money to buy other things, and it does feel good to be earning money from my own work. It's always felt good when I like freelance or I do something creative. But at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to find that kind of a job sometimes, especially here. where I live. Just for fun, I applied to a bunch of jobs on one day. And the next day I heard back and I was completely surprised. I literally expected not to hear back because like this is my first like job. Like I've done freelancing and I've like done stuff for people and like I've gotten paid and I've done stuff for people, but I've never had like how did my parents word it? A taxed job, my first taxable job. Ladies and gentlemen, I work at Bath and Body Works now. This is like my second week and I'm still trying to figure out scheduling, especially because, as I will tell you, a lot more things just came my way and I am literally so busy and it's honestly a little crazy. I'm slowly, getting the hang of things and I really like it there so far. All the people that I've met there are really nice. I think in the one sense I can agree with my mom because she keeps telling me that like this is going to be good for me and it'll be a distraction, and to a point I can say yes, but to a point I can also say absolutely not. I think that this is good for me in the sense that I've noticed that as I have been home alone every day for a year basically, I have become back to my very socially anxious self. I am more an introvert now than ever, probably. My social battery gets drained so much quicker right now. It's just really hard to do anything. And I feel like this could help me some in the sense that I am having to get out of, my little shell and I have to talk to people when I'm at the register, like to my coworkers and I'm meeting people. It kind of forces me. At the same time though, and I've spoken about this briefly on my channel, but my whole anxiety towards the pandemic and
I know I'm vaccinated. I know that I'm vaccinated, but to me,
as an anxious person and a hypochondriac,
that doesn't matter.
and I hate that. I thought I would feel better, but I don't. And it's because less and less people are wearing masks and like you can't tell who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated, so like nobody knows. So to me so far, work has not been a distraction from my anxiety. And like my mom says like, oh, like, because you're gonna have to like go back on campus and like sit in classes and stuff and like having this experience will be better. Maybe I can agree with that. But, at least in every hour I am constantly battling an anxiety attack. I remember I had one day where I suddenly was like, oh my god, it's happening, like I can't breathe, and like it's just really annoying. And I know that a lot of people don't understand it, so I'm gonna put it in words like this and maybe see if you can try to understand it. And I've explained it to several people like this. Imagine that you're someone like me who worries a lot about things and you're also a hypochondriac. Basically, I have any issue of anything that I'm not in control of, like what's going on in my body, or I can't control who's got their vaccine around me or not. So imagine that you're someone who worries a lot, and then you're told that going out in public is dangerous and you could get sick and you could, and then all of a sudden people are like, no, it's fine now. You were just so scared for how long to do that, and then finally it's okay. Like, I don't know. I guess different people can kind of get out of that quicker than I can.
Which is fine, and I'm jealous.
But I need a little bit more, I think they've been calling it re-entry anxiety.
That's what I have.
And I just need baby steps. It's not to say that at work I can't handle myself. I handle myself and I do what I always do when I'm out. And I just kind of, try to calm myself down. And I just hope that this gets easier. And I hope I am able to perceive this as like a baby step, that this does help me in the future. I am lucky that at work they require face masks. My experience at work has not been negative at all. I'm still kind of getting used to the different roles and stuff, but everyone there is so nice. Now just trying to deal with scheduling, because like this week I work a lot, but I just changed my availability because everything happened last week that made my life so busy. And it's good things, but it's a lot of things. God, this taco is not good.
Oh, all the meat is fatty. I hate that.
So that was a dive into my mental health. But yeah, a bunch of stuff has come up, all good things, but stuff that I need to work on. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit as I get ready. By the way, this is my, calling it my shit show water bottle. I started it my freshman year. Obviously I didn't have a lot of stickers in the last year because I was on campus, but I still had some. And I'm just covering it with stickers as much as I can until I really can't see anymore. Let's talk about what is happening in my very busy schedule. So on top of work, last week I just got some
amazing news.
I think I mentioned this before in my little like prom getting ready video, but I got chosen, well,
I didn't get chosen.
My script got chosen as one of 3 finalists for SMU's biannual summer film production. It's so awesome, and I'm so excited. And in the email, it was sent with a bunch of revision suggestions by the faculty in the department, and there's a lot that I need to revise. Basically the whole plot needs some changing. I mean, it's great to see that, like, you know, my hard work paid off and I got chosen, but now, like, it's real now. Like, I have to make these changes, and I have to make them by September 1st. It's all great and it's all exciting, but I'm on a time crunch. I wrote this whole script in, like, basically my entire sophomore year, you know, and that's a lot of months, and now I only have, like, less than 3 months to fix it and rewrite it, and oh my god, with my work schedule,
there will be no time.
So I had to cut my availability. And I hope they understand, because I've only been working there for like this is like my 2nd week, and I'm like, please understand, like, this is, you know, this is my job, but like,
this script is my career, you know?
It's a lot, but like, it's so exciting, so please wish me luck. I have some ideas of what I'm gonna do. So that is one of the brilliant things that is happening, and my schedule is
screwed. That's fine.
Things are looking up, so please pray for me. Hopefully, oh my god, it would be so incredible. It would be so incredible to get chosen. Like, I've dreamt of this since I found out it was a thing when I was visiting SMU back as a little 11th grade gal, and I just can't believe I'm here, and I hope and pray that I'm good enough. I'm gonna brush my teeth real quick because I'm taking too much time. And then I will continue. So I just washed my face and just brushed my teeth. I realized that because I wear my mask the whole time I'm there, I mean, I really don't take it off. You barely really even get a chance for like a water break, so you really don't take it off. Why would I bother putting makeup on my whole face? Why not just eyes up? So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's not gonna take me that long. So the next thing on my summer schedule is I have another job. I'm basically counting this one, the script job, Bath & Body Works job number 1, the script job, job number 2. This is job number 3, and that is helping a former teacher of mine.
Shout out to Mr. Jenkins, he's the best.
I'm helping him do some, draw some stuff and photograph some stuff for his labs. Okay, we did the photography like a week ago, and that went by swimmingly. It was great. And I actually photoshopped and edited all the pictures that needed it. And now I'm starting on the drawings. And it's definitely interesting. I've never drawn like bodies. It's not like actual like corpses, okay? It's just like, you know, that like textbook cartoony drawing of a body. and I'm basically recreating them, and I'm doing them with ballpoint pen. It's great.
They are taking a while. I've started now because I realized how much is on my plate, even though I know Mr. Jenkins probably thinking this right now.
I told you that you didn't have to start early or like get it done early.
I am because I have so much else going on that I kind of want to have something that I can tick off the list, you know, cross off job number 3. It's all good. It's done.
So I just finished drawing 2 out of 5.
I watched all of Mayor of Easttown, which, by the way, you should watch if you haven't. Mayor of Easttown is brilliant, but I watched all of that while I was doing the first 2 drawings, and it was great. I highly recommend that show if you have HBO Max, which I just got. Speaking of HBO Max, the reason I got it, as y'all saw, was the Friends reunion, which I was kind of suggested to talk about this by my former film teacher, Miss Wilson. And honestly, I'm happy to talk about it. I have watched the reunion twice now, just to feel something emotionally, get the numbness out.
I started using humor as a defense mechanism.
The Friends reunion. Now that I recently just watched it the second time, it's more fresh in my memory that I can talk about it. I guess I can talk about, first of all, what the show means to me. I feel like it explains a lot if you don't know me as well to talk about what it does mean, just because the way I can talk about this show, clearly it means a lot, and it might be kind of confusing to people as to why I can be so vocal about this show. You know, they say that you gravitate towards things that you lack. And, you know, in music, if you're single,
I'm gonna end up alone.
you might gravitate towards love songs or songs that kind of describe your situation. In my case, as a wee 13-year-old, 12-year-old, I had no friends.
Bittertown? Aloneville? Hermit Junction?
That's what I gravitated towards. I remember always seeing the show on Nick at Night, because I would stay up to watch The Nanny. I don't remember the first episode I watched. I just remember everything afterwards, how enriched I felt, and how I, started a fan page, and that, I took that so seriously, like a job. You know, I had to edit photos and, post out, on schedule, and, it was just, it has such a role in my life. Provided me with friends, not only on the screen, but on social media, when I didn't have it. I have wanted this reunion probably since I was 13, 14. So when I heard this was happening, I reverted back to my child self. You know, the show also introduced me to the industry. Really, it was my deep dive into what this industry was and what it was about and how people did things. I just remember back in the day, when I had my phone and I was staying up past my bedtime at night, and I was just watching Friends bloopers on YouTube, because that just always made me so happy. Came across this hour or so long documentary that was just on YouTube, and it's now on the box set that I own, about how they made the one where they go to Vegas. And that documentary just fascinated me. Oh my gosh, I was so intrigued. I was like, whoa, and the editing, and what? I was just so enthralled in how they did it, and what their process was. I don't know, that part just always kind of stuck with me. But anyway, that's my history with the program. But about the reunion, I mean, I was crying in the first 8 minutes. In the first 8 minutes, that's when all the actors and actresses came out and they relived the set, they saw the set built. I just started crying. For me, that's all I needed in a reunion. That and just them. I love James Corden, but I didn't need that. I would have loved just something very candid with the actors, just talking. I loved the section where they watched the bloopers, because it felt like I watch those bloopers anytime I need a laugh. I've seen those bloopers so many times. Just, I don't know, watching them watch it, that was probably the most clever part of the reunion. I was honestly just yes, Thank you for that. That really made my day. And I just wanted more. I was like, there's like a whole 50-minute YouTube video of all the bloopers on YouTube. If you would show them that and I could watch the entire 50 minutes, I would be grateful. Like, that's all I needed. I wish that they could have had more time with the guest stars, because, you know, they're iconic. Like, Tom Selleck, I wish Paul Rudd could have been there. The guest stars that I didn't need was literally anyone who wasn't on the show. Like, love you, Cara Delevingne, but you didn't have to be there. Justin Bieber, why was he there? BTS, why were they there? Love you, Malala, but why were you there? Like, David Beckham, why were you there? Like, whenever I saw the guest list before the thing came out, I was like,
Y'all about to waste my time with these random people? No.
I was not happy with that. I didn't need Justin Bieber. He's irrelevant. I don't care if maybe he likes the show. Guess what? Me too. And I wasn't in the fashion show segment modeling all of Chandler's clothes. Well, Matt LeBlanc did that, and I appreciated that. But like,
I was not Sputnik the potato.
that's honestly the main thing I had issue with. And I just wasn't a big fan overall of the whole like James Corden aspect. Again, I love James Corden, but if you wanted something for the fans, just have the cast talking, getting along. I love the way they get along. Like, for me, as a fan, it became more than about just the show. I was a fan of the actors and the way that they got along like family. I love the part where they played the game, the trivia game. That was beautiful. When they like reenacted scenes at the table, did a table read. I loved that. There were aspects that I liked and aspects that
I felt like wasted time from other things that could have been even better.
But at the end of the day, I won't complain because we still got a little reunion.
Another thing that I have been asked about is Matthew Perry. A lot of things have been in like the media with him recently, prior to the reunion and after the reunion, and about him and like how's he doing and if he's okay. All I have to say
is I think that he was fine. Something that is really hard with shows like that is because
they cut so much. Like, those shows are so edited and watered
down to the meat. And I mean, that's how anything is, really. Who knows what they cut out? And I know in what we did see, there were some shots of Maddie. I call him Maddie because the actors call him Maddie, and I'm just so used to thinking of him as Maddie. We see shots of Maddie, like, some of them where he just, like, wasn't smiling, and, like, his humor is, like, very dark. In a way, he almost reminds me of, like, Robin Williams, and hopefully he never goes, you know, that route, because I love Maddie. He's the kind of guy who has struggled so much, yet despite his personal struggles, just wants people to laugh. And that breaks my heart.
I know that he, and some people may not know this, he really had a hard time with addiction, especially during the show. He's outspoken about it, and I think that's really inspiring.
At the end of the day, I don't want to make any judgments because it was also like an emotional day for all of them, and they all express emotion differently. The girls were crying, the guys didn't cry as much. David Schwimmer, maybe a little bit more. I know that I saw Matt LeBlanc a little bit, but I just think that it was all just kind of emotional and probably a bit overwhelming. Part of those years of him being on Friends, you know, he was addicted and he was struggling, so I know that he, you know, he loves the actors that, you know, he became family with, and it's hard for him to remember those times because of what was going on in his life personally. See how serious I take this? Like, I love these people, you know, and I just want
people to be understanding of Matthew and what was happening.
That's my take on the Friends reunion. But, what else am I doing? Oh, job number 4. I'm still producing that film. It's in post right now, and it's just, you know, researching grants and festivals, and I'm possibly going to be drawing a second official poster for it, so that's another drawing on the list. It's probably the most low-key of the jobs, but it's still a job. But mainly it's just my script. Oh, another thing, which, I mean, you could say it's a job, but it's not really a job, it's more of just like something that I keep promising myself that I will do, and I am very bad at keeping promises to myself, apparently. But I'm trying to get my license.
Yes, I'm 20. Yes, I just have a permit. But you know what? I'm really just not in much of a rush.
One, because I'm not taking a car with me to university. And two, I've just never been someone who's like desperate to drive. And three,
Because I have driving anxiety.
which is like, haha, of course you have anxiety.
Yeah, I do.
And it sucks, but it's there.
God, my hair sucks too.
This past week, I did finish the adult driver's ed, because even though I already took driver's ed, you still have to like take the adult one if, you know, you didn't really get your license after taking the teen driver's ed. So that's what I'm doing. And I just finished it. I took the driver's test. I got 100 on the written test. Now it's the driving part, which is the difficult part. I would say I have driving anxiety, because, to put it simply,
The road is scary.
I don't know. Again, I'm the type of person who just like overthinks and freaks out about a lot. Like, my dad is a car freak, and anything that happens to a car is like a world war. So, you know, it's scary. We'll just do braids. Hopefully I don't get a headache. Speaking of headaches, well, first of all, wish me luck. I am practicing driving now. Honestly, there have been times where I've been like, should I play Grand Theft Auto and just like abide by the law rules and practice there? Wish me luck. I am planning on taking the test and getting it done this summer. But speaking of headaches, I have to get my wisdom teeth taken out. Another thing added to the list of anxiety. I won't lie to you when I tell you that since I found out this on Thursday, that I have cried myself to sleep. Here's what's weird though. So back in January is when I started having like pain. I went to like my normal like cleaning whatever in January, and I told them about it, and I got referred to a doctor to go see about that and, you know, taking them out of me. 3 years ago, the dentist that I see, he was like, yo, we're gonna check you for wisdom teeth. I'm gonna look in there. So I did that weird x-ray whatever thingy where like the thing like spins around your head. It's really creepy, honestly. But I did that, and
I swear on my life, bro, that I saw all four, okay?
he pointed them all out to me. He was like,
Yep, you got all four. Well, we're worried about this in like 3 or 4 years.
well, it's gonna be like 3 years. And they started, you know, making their appearance by hurting the hell out of my jaw and face. I went to the doctor, my recommended doctor, finally this week. And the reason why is if I had to get them removed, I didn't want to do it during the school year. And so throughout the school year, I was putting up with periods of time where my teeth were really hurting me. But then I booked this appointment because my teeth were like severely hurting me, like a few weeks ago, to the point where like I couldn't chew and I couldn't like talk. So I met this new guy that I got referred to. He does a little x-ray thingy, and then he's like, yo, you're lucky, you only have your bottom two.
Where did the other ones go?
Where did they go? I told him, I said, I swear, man, 3 years ago I had 4.
Not that I want four.
But I have 4. And he was like, well, I wasn't there 3 years ago. So, and they even took the x-ray thing again just to make sure. But it was true. I only had the 2 on the bottom, but I still have to get them out. So that's happening later this month. And I'm terrified. While I am terrified of the procedure itself, I thought it was hilarious because like, I was like, before the doctor walked in, I was talking to my parents because both of them came with me.
Because I'm a crybaby.
And I was like, I just don't want like surgery. And my dad's like, it's really not like surgery. And I was like, but they put me to sleep. And he's like, yeah, but like, I guess, you know, word association. He just didn't want me to use the word surgery. And then the doctor walks in and he's like, yeah, wisdom teeth surgery is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and it's like, while I am afraid of the procedure itself, I am more terrified of the fact that I have to get an IV. And like, I know that that sounds dumb, but like,
It's the needles for me.
the part that freaks me out about that is one, having to watch them put it in me. I will probably pass out, which is another thing that freaks me out, just because I've passed out enough times in my life just to know that it's fucking terrifying. I really don't want to pass out. Like, it's just so scary. Like, when I got my vaccines, I didn't pass out, and I'm honestly kind of shook, but I think the IV, like, scares me more. I think it's because it has to, like, stay there. And I've read up on it. I know that, like, the needle doesn't actually sit in there, but, like, still, just, like, the thought of it, I could get queasy right now. Also, the fact that, like, I will be put unconscious, that's just weird, and I don't like it. I think it's because it's almost comparable to passing out. Like, falling asleep is different. Falling asleep, I know that I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to have a dream, and I'm going to do that. But having something injected in you, and, like, you don't know when you're gonna, like, and I know it's, like, the same when you're falling asleep. Like, you don't know when you're gonna fall asleep, and all of a sudden you're asleep, and then you wake up, and you're like, whoa. But, like, it's just different because a needle's making me do it, you know? And it makes me think of passing out because suddenly you'll be there, and the next minute you won't. I just put mascara on. I can't do this right now. There's just a lot that I'm battling this summer in terms of things that I'm like anxious about, and so it's just all really overwhelming. I have to battle like having my first operation, and I have to battle driving, and I have to battle just going outside and like my social anxiety, and it's just, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff and it's really overwhelming. We'll see what my therapist says. She's gonna be like, last time I talked to you, I told you to take baby steps, and now you got a full-on job? And I'll be like,
There's more.
I don't know how the whole, you know, making video schedule is gonna be. I like this because it's something I can do. I have no idea when I'm gonna be able to edit this video. So that's what's going on in my life, and I'm all ready for work now. I hope my hair looks okay, because like, if anyone has some really nice calming words, some comforting words as I endure literally everything that makes me anxious, please hit me up with that. Honestly, comfort is really what I need right now. I'm kind of getting tired of being so all over the place all the time. Yeah, if anyone has any nice words, I'd greatly appreciate it. But in the meantime, I have to go to work. So I hope that you all are doing well, better than me. I hope that you all are actually enjoying your summer. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in a video coming up soon. But thank you, and hey, come to Bath & Body Works. I'll see you. Won't be able to check you out because I know you, but I'll see you. Bye! It's not even funny how I realized after I cut that I literally didn't do my eyebrows. I did them though. Now, before I go to work though, I'm gonna write down all the like sales stuff because that shit is hard to remember.